That was Jubilant Foodworks and the management assuring about the quality control, which led to the decline in the stock price yesterday. Let's go across to a very special guest now. Sanjiv Goenka, chairman at Philip Carbon Black, of course needs no introduction, is now joining us. Mr. Goenka, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Could you just first start by Philip Carbon and the high performance rubber as well as special... could you just first start by the performance in the rubber and specialty carbon black business? They have been the key focus area. What is the revenue contribution? What's the growth over there? How essentially will things change going ahead?
Well, I think as far as the carbon black business is concerned, there are two main elements. One is the rubber blacks and the other is the specialty blacks. Specialty blacks is where you have high contribution. That contributed about 5% of our sales. By the end of 19, it will go up to 11% and then 15% thereafter. So the idea is to actually increase the ratio of high contribution products and tonnage so that the bottom line keeps improving. So that's the first thing. As far as the rubber blacks are concerned, the company has performed well. There have been lots of internal transformation and reinvention that has been undergone. So starting with the factories, yields, production processes, use of multiple fuels, much better logistics, reducing the inventory period to just about 11 days as far as raw materials are concerned, and for the imported feedstock to just about what is on the high seas. I think lots of tightening has been done. Interest rates have been reduced by 1.5 percentage points. So overall operations across every function have improved. So rubber blacks are looking good because of operational improvements. The specialty blacks because of a research and development team which is actually functioning very well, and the volumes will go up to 45,000 tons or 11% of sales by 19 end.
Right. Going forward as well, can you tell us what exactly is the outlook on your realizations, Mr. Goenka? They've seen a huge jump, and that was also reflected in the Q1 numbers. Do you think that this trend of high realizations is likely to continue into the coming quarters?
Yes, I think so. I think I see no reason for that not to continue. And I think quarter one has actually been a representative quarter. And we can see our performance carrying on in the same trajectory, if not better.
Goenka. Hi, Mr. Goenka. This is Nantara joining in from the New Delhi studio. Now we've all been hearing about how the tire companies have been expanding their capacity. So what is the demand that you're expecting in the quarter that we are in from this entire segment?
We are also expanding our capacities. We are adding 20% capacity. We are adding a 80,000 ton plant which will go on stream by March 19. The total capex is about 300 crores. So we are completely sold out. We really don't have any capacity at this point in time to sell further. So we had followed a somewhat conservative approach over the last 24 months in terms of adding capacities. And so we've now started actioning the additional capacity, and we hope to have it on stream by March 19.
Right. So you just mentioned about your capacity and how you've been sold out. Is that the main reason why margins did expand? When you're operating at full capacity, the per unit cost reduces?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that properly. Would you repeat that?
So you just mentioned about the capacity utilization being close to 100%. Was that the key reason why margins expanded?
I think margins expand also when your utilization is 100%, but also because of the market. I think the market for carbon black is looking buoyant. And for us, margins have expanded because we've reduced costs, we've improved our process efficiencies, we've improved our logistics cost, we've reduced our interest cost. So for us, margins have expanded because of that as well.
Okay, Mr. Goenka, you have been mentioning the demand in India and globally is going to stay in the low digits. What is the kind of volume growth that you're penciling in? Because then obviously you will plan your capex and capacity hikes accordingly.
I think it will be very safe to assume a 5 to 6% growth in the market in the country. I mean, it may be marginally higher, but I think 5 to 6% would be a very safe assumption, and that's what we are basing our plans on. And as I said earlier on, we are going to give greater emphasis on specialty blacks. So we will grow from about 14,000 tons to 45,000 tons, and then increase it to about 70,000 tons.
Okay, so that's the expansion plan. On a different note, Mr. Sanjiv Goenka, I was in Kolkata 2 days ago and I did interview your son Shashwat Goenka on at Spencer's, the largest one in the country. We'll be playing that over the weekend. I'll request you not to take off your earphone. We're going to, just play a promo of what's coming up over the weekend. And if you have any message for Shashwat through us that we can even incorporate in the show, it'll be great.
So you want me to give you a message for Shashwat?
Yes, sure. We'll incorporate it in the show.
Well, I think I'm very proud of the way Shashwat's handling the business, and Spencer's is improving performance across every parameter under his leadership, starting with the organization to operations to vision. I think he's doing a way better job than I had done at Spencer's, and it makes me greatly proud and very happy as the chairman and as a father.
This week, we're coming to you from Kolkata. I'm at the country's largest Spencer's store. It's part of the RP Sanjiv Goenka group, and I've come to interview the 27-year-old Shashwat Goenka.
I was always very clear that I want to start with retail because, well, from the consumer side, it seemed something that I understood much more innately. One of the things that I always remember is my grandfather, where he always said that, you'd rather try 10 things, fail at 7, as opposed to not trying anything and not failing at anything.
India Inc. 2.0, only on ET Now.
All right, and we will be glued to that program as well. And thank you so much, Mr. Goenka, for that very sweet, touching and encouraging message for your son. Let's move right back on to the equity markets, looking a little bit in consolidation mode as we speak. And it's 10,000.